Hello, my name is Mark Sampson from marksampson.com, and in this quick video I want to show you a piece of software which I have recently discovered which enables you to watermark your images for eBay. The reason that you would want to do this is because it would discourage other eBay sellers from using your images in their listings, which can particularly happen if other sellers are selling items that you've bought wholesale, because of course if you've bought them wholesale, other people can buy them wholesale to sell as well, and some people are quite lazy, and if you've taken a particularly good image, as I do, I take a lot of care and attention when I take photographs of the products I'm selling. Other sellers can steal your images from the eBay listing. Now I use a service called Altiva, which if you're a regular eBay seller, I wouldn't be surprised if you've already heard of Altiva. But one of the advantages that Altiva advertise with their service is that you can host your images on their site, and the images are protected from being downloaded. However, I have recently discovered that other sellers, or one seller, one listing particularly, a seller is using images from one of my listings. So I've found out that the images aren't really all that secure on Altiva after all. So I'm just going to show you that as an example. Here is my listing, and you can see I've got images in the actual listing body there, and if you click on the image, it actually opens up the image in a new window enlarged like this. Again, it's hosted by Altiva, and you're probably familiar with this already. If you right click on the image, you get a menu, but with Altiva, first of all, you get this warning message saying that images are protected by Altiva. However, if you click on the OK button, you do still get the menu, so it's actually not all that secure after all. And as you're probably already aware, you can either download the image and save it to your computer for your own use, so you would select Save Image As, or you can use View Image Info, and there it will display for you the URL for that image. And then if you're using eBay, or using doing your listing on eBay or Turbo Lister or whatever other service that you might use, all you have to do is copy that URL instead. So it's not all that secure. And as proof, if I just close that, here is the listing where the other seller is copying my images. While they've not used it in the actual gallery image, I don't know, because this is a pretty poor photograph. But if we scroll down to the listing itself, we can see that they're copying my images. So I've actually reported, this is actually an eBay violation. eBay do actually forbid other sellers to copy images and wording in listings in their own listings. So I have actually reported this twice, and still the seller is using my images. So I will be actually contacting eBay again, but in the meantime I've actually found a piece of software, like I said, which actually allows you to watermark your images. So if they was to use the image that you've watermarked, of course it would be have your watermark on there. So let me just show you how to do that. First of all, the piece of software is called Free Watermark Software, and I'll paste the URL in the blog, in the blog article, which you'll find at marksampson.com. If you're watching this video straight from YouTube, or of course you're probably watching this straight from the blog, and you'll find it down below. So all you have to do, of course, is download it and install it, blah blah blah, etc. And then once you've done that, all you have to do, of course, is open the piece of software, and then you have to select your images. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this piece of software is, I'll just show you. First of all, if we click select pictures and find the folder where your pictures are saved, I save all of my eBay images in one central location. Now you'll see that when you go into a folder, you just get a list of file names, which isn't very useful if you want to obviously choose the images that you want to watermark. So you probably need to have the images open in another folder like this, and then you can see the file name so you know which file it is that you're referring to. So in this particular case I'm in folder 035, so if I just go back to the software, I want to go to folder 035, and say I want to watermark this image here, which ends 219. You just left click on the image and click open. And also, by the way, you can actually watermark up to 5 images in any one time. This software is a free software, however you can watermark more images than 5 at any one time by upgrading the software, which of course there is a small fee for. But I'm quite happy using the free software, as I find that watermarking 5 images at any one time is quite suitable for me. But if you did want to watermark more than one, all you have to do is press your control button on your keyboard and then just left click the other images like that. If you want to do 2, 3, 4, etc. However, I'm just for this demonstration, we're just going to watermark one image, click open, and you'll see the image there. Now of course you probably want to rotate it in Windows Explorer first before you do that. So anyway, in fact, let me do that. Let me clear that and go back. And it is already the right way around, so I'm not quite sure why it's imported it the wrong way around. But anyway, you can still, of course, adjust the image in eBay. So anyway, let's go back to that 219. And also another thing that's quite annoying is you have to navigate to the folder each and every time, but you soon get used to it. Oh, there we are, it's the right way around now. So then once you've selected the image or images, then we have to click watermark. And then add text. Or by the way, you can add images. So if you've got an image you might have created in Photoshop or any other software, I believe you can use that and impose that on the actual picture. But I just use text because I like to add my eBay user ID. So we just overtype that, and I'll just put in my user ID. Once you've typed in the text, we then can change the colour of the text by moving this dot around this coloured circle here. We can then change the size. As you can see, that's quite big and imposing, so we'll change it smaller. There we go. You can also move the image. So if you don't want it right across the centre, you might want it at the top or the bottom. So we'll just put it there. And we can also make the image dark, or just change it more black, more bold, etc. by using this slider. We can also then make the words fainter or more prominent. Now I like to make mine quite faint because I don't want the actual watermark to distract the buyer from the actual image, because it's only there as a deterrent, of course, remember. So I like to make it quite faint, but not so faint that it's obviously can't be seen. So once you've done that, then select Go. Then when you watermark the image, it doesn't actually overwrite the original image, it saves it as a new version, so your original image isn't touched. So we have to then select a new location on your computer to save the new image. I like to, I've actually got a folder set up called watermark, so I've got all of my watermarked images in one place, which you'll see here. So just select the folder where you want it to be saved. So if I just click watermark there and then click open. Now it's selected the folder for your watermarked image, and then all we have to do is click watermark pictures. And now it's watermarked. Then we can preview the image by clicking here. And there you can see the watermark is across the top of the image. Now that's saved on your computer. You can use that image instead to upload to your eBay listing, and then if a eBay seller wants to use that image, of course there's still nothing stopping them from doing so, but it's got your watermark on there instead, so they're not, it's almost unlikely that they're going to use the image. So that just shows you how it works. I hope that you have found it useful, this quick video tutorial. As I say, it is very useful, and I've only been using it a short while, and I do keep doing odd checks on eBay to see if anybody is using my images. I do that anyway. That's how I discovered that the first listing I showed you. But I'll be very surprised if while I increase my listings and use this method for watermarking my images, that I'll be very surprised if I find any other sellers using my images. So that is just one way of, as I say, deterring other sellers from using your images. I hope that you found that useful, and I hope I've not gone on too much and bored you, but anyway, that's what I'm here for, to give you little tips that I discover as and when I find them in my eBay journey. Thank you very much for watching.